Azrael, Joycelyn. It's just, it's just us against the world. You know that, right? And I need y'all to prove your loyalty to me. Everybody has left me, took my money, and now y'all all I got. And so I'm gonna need you to prove your loyalty to me. Will you prove your loyalty to me? Yeah? Okay. When you eat this, you belong to me.
Skits like this plus a lot more wine spill live with me, Unwind with Tasha K, on stage in Miami on October 20th, 2023 at 8 p.m. I better see the winos at the Flamingo Bar Theater. Grab your tickets. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and seats are first come, first served within your ticket tier. And if you think I cut up on this here internet, you ain't ready for the shit that's about to go down live on stage. Scan the QR code or get your tickets using the link below. The winos are toasting up in Miami. Purchase now.
So, Jason P., I don't know if y'all have been following, but thank you to the winos that sent me the story, is being sued by a Chinese company, okay, for fraud. All right, let me pull up these details real quick. And we got a special guest that really knows a lot about this, you know. I keep my ear to the streets. And the reason we have this version of Jason, because even though he's lost weight and he looks sick, this is when he was his healthiest. You understand what I'm saying? This is when he was his healthiest. This is when he was his fullest. This is when, I mean, the scamming was at an all-time high. Look at him. You know, and so this right here, this is really small time right here. You know what I mean? The new pictures and stuff. So we decided to go back to the roots of some things so y'all can really see who it is, you know, that you're you know, that you're dealing with. Okay. And so the let me see what this company is. So Marjorie Oyang out of New York. Okay. Let me see. Miko World Limited filed a complaint for breach of contract, common fraud, and regular fraud. Okay. And Jason Lee Johnson, Hollywood Unlocked Agency, LTB Liability Co., Hollywood Unlocked Agency Inc., Hollywood Unlocked Studios Inc., and does 1-30 inclusive defendants. She wrapped up every single company. So he couldn't move the money and say, oh, this is a managing partner company. Because you know how they'll have a parent company that an umbrella company, and then this company, and then they'll have themselves and they'll pay themselves from one of the companies. But if somebody gets sued, you know, they can bankrupt that company or whatever and, you know, just keep going. She wrapped in all the companies, which is smart. So, you know, she can hit them all. So if he moved anything outside of these companies here, that is another version of fraud. Okay. Yeah. See what happens when you, you know, you support lawsuits and things like that. And it ain't funny when a rabbit got the gun. Okay. Now, Miko World Limited is a limited liability company that does business in the United States. The main scope of business of Miko includes maintaining certain online platforms for internet idols to broadcast content on such platforms. In addition, Miko has also engaged in the incubation of the internet idols versus platforms. Miko brings a lawsuit against the named defendant, Jason Lee Johnson. Okay, and the defendant signed as an independent contractor with Miko, agreeing to perform certain broadcasting and social media related tasks according to contract. After receiving the advancement sign-on bonus of $200,000, defendant failed to perform any obligations pursuant to the contract and stopped responding to Miko's correspondence, cutting off contact with Miko. Okay, I guess he thought he was gonna cut off contact and still have these parties, you know, with their money and shit. Also says defendant is yet to perform any obligations as agreed on in the independent contractor contract. Defendant is the founder of three entities, namely Hollywood Unlocked Liability, Hollywood Agency, and also alter egos as a defendant. Okay, they even put in the alter egos. Due to the interactions with Jason Lee, Miko brings this lawsuit to request that Jason Lee return the investment of $200,000 paid to Jason Lee, as explained below. Now, they also goes on to say, okay, that his company. Now, this is interesting. Now, the defendant of Hollywood Unlocked Agency's limited liability company was founded by defendant Jason Lee on March 4, 2019. Defendant Jason Lee has been the sole manager of Hollywood Unlocked Agency LTD liability company. Okay. Also, they goes on, each defendant and every defendant acted as an agent or employee of others, and each acted within the scope of the agency employment. Moreover, to avoid injustice, plaintiff sues each and every one of his entities under the doctrine of successor liability to avoid inequitable resulting arising from a situation in which the successor entity purports to sell assets. Look like you be here in the bankruptcy court too, brother. And not any of some liabilities pre-existing to the successor in interest, who by the evidence undertakes no material change of the operation of business. So, I have someone that worked with Jason for years, before she, graced us with her parent, with her intelligence, with her brains, with her marketing genius. And I couldn't help but think, but this is not the first time Jason has took somebody's money. Okay. Chelsea, how you doing?
Hi, Tasha K. How are you?
You were broadcasting live under my lights in my studio. What the hell?
Trying to get our money's worth. That's all.
Look at you. You look like a host, child. You look like you go to the dermatologist and shit. You got me over here on a bootleg version. Jasmine Faye in there too?
Well, she just came from eating crab legs with Slim. And so she just walked in.
I said, what's up? Okay. So welcome. So the reason we have you on, this is our correspondent, Chelsea Elena. She's been with us for many years. How many years now, Chelsea?
It's been 5 years.
5 years. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Is there an anniversary coming up soon?
Yes. October 19th is our anniversary.
Oh my gosh. What are we going to do?
We're going to prepare for your Miami show. You told me to take everything off the calendar. We can't do anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, I forgot. Don't forget to get your tickets, guys. We're live in Miami, okay? October 20th. Okay, we're shutting down the Flamingo Theater Bar. We're almost sold out. I'm excited. All right. So, but welcome to the show, Chelsea. Let's get into some shit. Now, real quick, so I thought it would be great to interview you about this because it was really strange to me that when did you start working for Jason?
So I started working for Jason May.
You gotta talk to the mic. You gotta talk in the mic.
I started working for Jason May of 2015, going into July of 2017.
Okay, so the entire time you were working for Jason P, Hollywood Unlocked wasn't registered as a business, as an entity.
I found that out at TashaK.com. Okay, when we were working there. I was told I was involved in an internship that I would receive credit for school, as well as an internship that after 6 months I would be getting paid. He ran it like a real business. We had to sign NDAs as well as employee rule books, handbooks, all types of ridiculous things that we don't have to sign here.
That's because I don't have a business. But listen, so to hear this, this is not the first time Jason has stole money from people or companies.
No.
Name some of let's start with the boyfriend, and they were supposedly still in together. And the boyfriend ended up going to jail.
Okay, so when Jason used to come to New York, he used to fly into LaGuardia, and I would pick him up, and we would go to Dallas Barbecue in Harlem because he loves sticky wings, and I love sticky wings as well. Mm-hmm. And while we were at the Dallas BBQs, he started telling me about a story about his boyfriend that's up in Rikers that he goes to visit every time he comes to New York because they had a credit card repair company at one point, and he said we was doing so much shit all the time, girl, I can't even tell you if it was legal, but he's been in jail and I go see him frequently. So before Jason Lee was on was on the Hollywood version of Love and Hip Hop, throwing drinks in women's faces, him and his boyfriend was doing credit repair. That business, again, I can't, when I wrote my book, Passions to Profit, now available on Amazon and Kindle. I could not find any LLC or business or business registered in his name regarding to a credit card repair company, whatever the case that he was talking about.
But he was charging people like $5,000 to fix their credit. Because I got the documents and I was just like, I was looking for them today, but it was like $5,000 and nobody got anything. And I do know a few people that reached out to me saying that he was selling credit repair services like that, and their credit never got repaired. He went to buy Balenciaga.
Yeah. Well, if you got $5,000 to fix your credit, you could just pay the bill off. At that point, whatever it is, put the money towards that.
Yeah.
But another issue that we were having when we were with Jason was that he gave us the password to the Hollywood Unlocked website, which ultimately was the same password for his personal Instagram and his Facebook. While working there, I don't want to put her name out there because I don't know if she still works there or whatever the case may be. However, one of the girls had went through his Facebook page, Facebook Messenger, and saw that he was talking to Floyd Mayweather's accountant, telling him how to wire $10,000 into his personal bank account. Now, I don't know if that was for a legitimate payment or something that Floyd was giving him, but I know at the time when I was working there, and he said that the money team was endorsing Hollywood Unlocked, and we had TMT on the logo and things like that, and you notice it's not there no more, but we had that at the time. He said that the money team, Floyd, was his best friends and they used to play dominoes together, and was endorsing and backing the funding for his business. What he was spending that money on is beyond me, because like I said, I was working there for well over a year and never got paid, never got reimbursement for my gas, valet, or any compensation for anything I had to put towards working there, except for a plate of sticky wings at Dallas BBQs in Harlem, only when he flew into New York. That's
now let's talk about the bots. Let's talk about the bots on his Instagram page, okay? Because and about blue check. Let's talk about that, because what he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing entertaining about Jason. Jason is very monotoned. He's very into himself. He's very arrogant. And he kind of comes off like this entitled fashion designer, you know? Like, this is my shit. People just want to watch me. That's why I'm everywhere. You know, he's always in every party, you know? Whether he has to lie to get in there, sneak in there.
No, he does lie to get in. He puts in media requests to get invited to parties, and then tries to use it as a personal invitation when really he's supposed to be behind the rope at the red carpet interviewing the real celebrities that are attending these parties.
Right. And so my thing is, like, it was interesting. I don't even think that company knows that a lot of Jason's, like, if I were to guesstimate his followers, I would say his followers would be around 300,000, right?
After 15 years, yeah.
After 15, yes, 300,000. You can look at the numbers. You can look at, there was one point where he had his comments turned off because it was nothing but bots in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And nobody would like the post. It's like, and if you look, you can really look at Hollywood Unlocked's analytics, and you can look at the Neighborhood Talks, and you will see that the Neighborhood Talk has likes and comments consistent with what they're posting and what their numbers are. But Jason, it's like his numbers match mine. His numbers match mine. Like, if I'm talking about on Instagram, just on Instagram, right? And so, you know, he markets himself, he plugs himself with these celebrities, and then when these new companies come around, like Bigo or Miko or what was the other one, the Clubhouse, he hurries up and runs to them and say, oh, you know, I have this many followers. I can help bring my followers to your followers, but they don't know that these are Pakistani bots coming over there. And what he does is he'll get on the platform, pick a fight with another creator that's already big,
that's already popping,
to try to come and build some momentum. And then he'll use whatever partnership that he creates with these companies to try to get these creators kicked off so that he could be like the number one person like on that platform. And so I believe this is the same thing he did with Miko, but because Miko didn't have that back and forth to where he could get in and kind of use that same technique that he does to start fights and their gay war fights and stuff, on their platforms, I call them the gay fights. That's what they are, the gay fights. They are. Because they just fight with each other and they call each other, just everything. And then they'll start hitting for your trademark and things.
Oh yeah, he's good for that. When I came out with my book, he tried to he had one of his assistants that still works there, Keisha, called me at 7:00 in the morning saying that he was gonna take my car, take my apartment, he was gonna take my name. And I already explained to her back in 2017-18 that he can't take my name because Chelsea Elena is my government name. So you could trademark that if you want to. I still get to keep my government name. But he's good for trying to strong arm and take advantage or exploit people that he thinks is below them or who he thinks is not educated enough to actually go and do research or hire their own lawyers to combat him at any given cost.
Right. So he uses tactics like that. So for him to get caught at his own game now, and they wrapped all of the companies up in there, like they did their homework. Because a lot of people will try to duplicate their company name. So when you do go to search it, they'll think, oh, it's just One Hollywood Unlocked. Whoever the lawyer was on this went and made sure that they looked at Hollywood Unlocked Agency, Hollywood Unlocked LLC, Hollywood Unlocked. So the average person wouldn't think, oh, well, to go search to see if they duplicated the business so that they can use one as an operating company, a parent company, or a management company and just move money around in case they get sued. You know what I'm saying?
Because the lawyer that he tried to use against me to try to sue me, it took me nothing but a Google search to find out that the woman had been disbarred and wasn't even allowed to write on a legal pad, let alone sending me cease and desist and lawsuits. And he claimed, oh, he didn't know that she had been disbarred. So he's good for finding sketchy lawyers or people who feel like they know legal advice to instruct him on how to move and get around things.
Oh yeah. I think he threatened me at one time talking about, I'm gonna trademark your name. I said, obviously you didn't do the research. It's trademark is already done. Now he did that to Kaya. See, he goes after people he thinks he can bully. But this situation here, I want to see, because they mentioned in the lawsuit, the reason they wrapped in everybody and the alter egos and everything that he does is so he wouldn't try to move and hide that money that he got. And I'm like, he forever at a restaurant. He forever in some baggy ass clothes, trying to make himself look thicker than what he was. I'm like, all you got to do is go back to being fat. Why you make yourself skinny? You wearing all them baggy ass clothes now. You're supposed to show off the physique, right?
But he probably didn't get approved to get the surgery to remove all the skin. But he really is going through a tough time because a lot of people that I know went to his birthday party over the weekend said that he had absolutely no sponsors for his event. He did not have open bar. Everybody had to pay cash for all. He had very little to no hors d'oeuvres. And if you are a Balenciaga down that worked with Kanye, you were the media manager of Kanye West and all these other people. Why at your birthday extravaganza you don't have no sponsors and no open bar?
I don't know. And listen, people can say this because I see one comment, and that's cool. Like, people can say, well, he's with the who's who. He's with this. He's into the parties. Anybody can go to them parties.
Yeah. And like I said, he applies as a media event person. So
anybody can go.
These people that are inviting him. Yeah, the people who are inviting him to the party are under the impression that he's going to do a red carpet recap with a mic and a camera behind the rope of the red carpet. Anytime that he's gone to the Grammys, Oscars, or whatever, he was always a plus one of somebody else. He's
He does
never
it all the
had a
time.
personal invitation.
He did it when Wendy Williams was in the height of her crackhead moment, right after she had got left, laid off from her job. He used her to get into one of the award shows. He'll call up Wendy, we should go because he's not on the invite list, and he'll be a plus one. Like, yeah, that may be cute to rob people to pay Paul to get into places, but if you getting into places and you still got to scam, you still got to lie and take people money just to make money because your platform is not selling. You can go over there Hollywood Unlocked and look at the views. It ain't selling. It don't matter where you put it. He done been on every single platform.
Dash
it don't
Radio,
matter where you pull it. It's not selling.
What's the other one? I think Fox Soul. Like, I never knew somebody who had a high turnover rate. You get fired on your day off every other 2 years.
Every iHeartRadio. Remember he had Sundays. I told you he was buying that. I was like, listen, y'all, like hey, you want to buy this airtime? Absolutely not. Why would I want to buy airtime for y'all and I got airtime? Because he's desperate to be famous. That's why he pays for his ads to be posted by other blogs. Jason Lee's birthday party, chilling with the likes of Tiffany Washed Up Haddish. Everything but music. Blueface and Krishan gonna be beating each other ass in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are paid ads. Those are not, people are watching. Oh, I want to go see who with Jason Lee. Ain't nobody watching that shit. It's paid for shit.
I'll never forget when he posted his interview with Kanye West and you posted your iconic machine announcement, and the both of y'all were neck and neck in views for the first 24 hours. I think you beat him by like 100,000 views in the first 24 hours of posting, and he was one of the first people to
Kanye West interview. How does Tasha K or nobody, an internet troll, beat you when you got Kanye fucking West sitting down? Like, come on. Like, it doesn't. And again, like, people think, because these celebrities are sitting on these platforms, they're necessarily going to get famous or get views. You're not. It's about the person. I don't need to have a celebrity sit here to get the same motherfucking news, to be entertaining and get the real shit. Like, I can have somebody sitting in there in front of me. And to be honest with you, he paid Kanye for that interview. Yes, he did. He had Floyd Mayweather wire him money for Kanye to sit down. Kanye does not sit down for free. Now, that's the line.
And didn't get no return on that investment.
Got fired for stealing Balenciaga out the warehouse.
But no, somebody seriously needs after this lawsuit, they need to put a class action lawsuit, because I've been saying this for years, and I know it's beating on a dead horse, but the man had people working for him that lived in a homeless shelter. There was a girl that lived in a homeless shelter and used to go to the library to go write stories for this man. There's so many people that invested their time and energy being interns at his establishment, and I know I lost my job at Nordstrom's because of him. I know other people have their lights cut off, water cut off, can't pay for their kids to go to school in school clothes, all type. That's how he lost his studio. They put a lock on the door because he wasn't paying the rent of the studio. The girls that work there, Alyssa, who works there now, didn't get paid for 2 weeks and walked out and was waiting on her paycheck. There's so many shady business practices.
But he uses young, impressionable people.
Yeah.
These celebrities saying that he can get y'all this, he can get y'all that. And he can get y'all everything but the money he's stealing. He don't want to give y'all a cut.
And that's exactly how I ended up quitting, because I had went through Venmo. Well, actually, Deja, who still works there, Deja called me and told me to look on Venmo to see that Alyssa and the other white girls that was on the West Coast team were getting reimbursements for taking Fashion Nova influencer managers out for lunch and for Ubers and in valet. And when I asked for the same courtesy to get stuff compensated, The man said I was a horrible writer. He said I was a bad worker. I was a clout chaser. I was never going to be a good journalist, which I don't even know why I took that seriously because I got a degree in communications. I don't know what school he ever went to.
Yeah, you got a degree and I ain't even got a degree. That's amazing.
Amazing. But yeah, he was reimbursing the West Coast white girls, but not reimbursing us for anything. We were spending hundreds of dollars to go to these events because we needed our hair done, we needed our makeup done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting for a class action lawsuit because, like you said, his business had just got legitimized in 2019. You had a staff of over 30 people working for you.
It's gonna be a moment when Instagram start to roll back these bots. They're gonna hit them. YouTube does it. Like if you have bots and fake followers, they will roll back your numbers and they'll tell you we're doing a clean. When Instagram hit a clean, the only reason they ain't doing it is because the Kardashians and shit. 50% of their followers account for bots and shit. When they start hitting a clean sweep on these motherfuckers, the curtain gonna be pulled off, bitch.
Oh, and I see somebody asking about Melissa in the comments. I don't know what happened with Melissa, but I know Gio wrote me on Snapchat to tell me why he was let go from the from whatever radio segment they had going on, and this is not alleged, this is from Gio's mouth. He said that there was when Gio went to Jason to ask for some more money for being on that YouTube segment and for being a guest host or whatever the case may be. Jason had dug up some receipts that he claims that Gio was messing around with underage girls and all this other stuff. And Gio claimed that he was too afraid to come out and tell people that it wasn't true, because once you get that narrative out there about underage or any type of harassment allegations, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's already out there. But Gio is now working at the United States Postal Service in Texas. Okay. He went from being a celebrity host commentator to now delivering. I don't even know anybody who still uses the United States Postal Office. I use FedEx and Amazon. He's getting less than a FedEx worker right now. Trying to pay his bills because he's too afraid to put Jason Lee down as a referral on a job application. This man has been destroying people's livelihoods for years.
I know Tay got a lawsuit against him from Bigo and is kicking his ass. Jason done ran down there and got a valuation on his company of $50 million to prove to people that he ain't broke. But yet you around here taking $200,000 and running off and not answering the phone. Bitch, it's giving broke. It's giving broke. So listen. But no, I love to see when the rabbit got the gun, since he's all for landmark lawsuits, and you got a whole Chinese company. I had a Mexican one come for me, but a whole Chinese company, coming for their money. Don't even try to address it, Chelsea, because I know you was like, huh?
No, because I looked at Jasmine. I said, when did we get a lawsuit from a Mexican company? Not the house sauce people suing us now.
Listen. Okay, listen. Y'all don't forget. Thank you so much. Follow Chelsea Elena on Instagram. Make sure you copy her book, Passions the Profit, okay? In her planner. Thank you to our special guest, all right? And Chelsea only stays where she's paid.
Yeah. That's why when I be fired, I be gone.
What? She don't really be fired. She just take a couple days of not talking to me and then show up to work like it should happen.
Okay. Thanks.
Anytime. Thank you so much. You look good in the studio.
Thank you. I've been here all day.
The fucking DVD.
I have been here all day. I've been in my office all day.
What you say, Jasmine? You said she hasn't been at work all day?
No. I have been here all day. I've been sending emails all day. Girl.
Wow.
My next book gonna go crazy. I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
Bye, Chelsea.